Today I decided to sit down and do a few more pages in my little coffee journal. I'm really enjoying this journal so much. So I'm gonna start here inside the front cover and attach a little image that I got from Pinterest, I think it was, a while back. But before I attach that, I'm gonna put a little piece of this is it's a copy of a little product packaging. I bought a container one time. I think I talked about this once before, but I bought a container that it was a storage container for the kitchen, and the inside paper was just covered in coffee beans. It was just amazing. So I kept it and I scanned it, and so I have it to photocopy whenever I need to use a bit of it. So I'm going to put that there, and before I attach it, I've got a little page tab here that I'm going to just put on the side. It's for nothing more than just decoration, but you'll see why I'm putting that little blue tab there in just a minute. But let me just stick it down. Use a little bit of my tacky glue here. So this is the little image that I printed out, and I thought it was adorable. I added this little blue heart at the bottom, and I added this word because I seriously do believe that coffee is always a good idea. I'm going to put a period right at the end of that. Seriously. So that's going to go right here, and that's why I chose the little blue tab to put there, because I just think it kind of rounds it out, makes it look really sweet. So I'm going to put this down right there. Yeah, that's just cute. That's just very cute. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to add is on this page. Yes. Okay. So you guys remember my story about my clock that stopped? I finished out the page, and I wrote, "This clock stopped at 8 o'clock." And then it was the weirdest thing. I found these words in a book just the other day. But what can it mean? So they went right here on this page. So then I wrote my little story that I told you about, how I noticed the clock had stopped right at 8 and thought it was really strange, and what a random time it was that it stopped. And then I realized it wasn't so random at all, really, and it was really actually pretty meaningful. So the arrow points to the inside, and you see that 8 o'clock is my coffee, and it's coffee time over here. So I added some little outlines around these images and around this page, and I also doodled a little bit in white on this little image, just to make it a little bit brighter and more noticeable. And I also added this on the inside of the photo. I just covered it in some scrapbook paper and bits, and then I tore out a piece of brown paper and stamped that on there. So I think that worked out beautifully. I love it. So now I want to do something on this page. These are some more of that coffee bean paper. And I also added a little piece of transparency to the front of this this piece of the coffee bean paper, and that's because I'm going to put this little tag in that I created. It's just a collaged tag, and it says, "There's delight in coffee," and then I added a little 8 o'clock over here on the corner just because that's my coffee. And this just slips right inside the clear pocket, and I like that, you know, so you can see what's on the tag. You don't want to lose the decoration, the decorating you've done. So that's why I did that. Now I want to add a little bit up here, and I've got some twill ribbon that's been stamped with the word coffee and some beans. So I'm going to glue that right along the top of that one, and I think that's real sweet. So I'm going to move this out of the way and just put a little bit of the Fabrifix on this one. But yeah, I'm real happy with how this this little story page came out. The serendipity clock, stopping at 8 o'clock. So funny. So funny. Okay, and just gonna stick this down at the top there, and I think that'll be really cute. Okay, right there, going right across. There we go. It's kind of cute sticking off the end there. Okay, so then my little tag will go in, and that can be journaled on the back and enjoyed like that. So I'm so happy with this whole spread. I think it really turned out sweet, and I may still add a few bits and pieces here and there, but to just get the main story and all down, I think that's a good accomplishment right there. So all right, now on this side, I have a photograph that I took at a Panera restaurant, and I love their little coffee stand, and they've got that sign hanging there, and I thought, you know, that's really cute, and I took a picture, and now I'm like, I want to take pictures of all the coffee signs I see everywhere, but now I'm not going anyplace, so that kind of put a halt to that, at least for a while. Maybe later I'll be able to do some more, get some more signs, but I'm going to go ahead and put this one in my journal. Anyway, I liked how in this picture you can see the tables and chairs and the lamps and things, and it kind of gives it a little coffee shop feel. So I really like the way that looked. A little bit of extra tape. There we go. Just like that. Now, I wasn't so crazy about the fire extinguisher hanging on the wall here, so I'm going to cover that up. But I have a little tag here that is actually a tea bag that I just painted, I gessoed it, and then I clear gesso over the tea bag color, and then I painted this little red coffee cup on it, and I was determined I was going to use this in my little coffee journal, so I stapled some little scraps of this brown and white baker's twine, and I'm going to put that right here, kind of tip it sideways a little bit. And I think that's a real sweet little addition to that page, and it covers up that fire extinguisher. Okay. Right here I think is good. I like that. Just fun. And it's kind of cool because I had torn the top of the guest check and put it on this side, so it's right next to the restaurant, which totally wasn't planned, so that's kind of fun. On this side, I'm going to put this little bird. This is one of the Dina Wakley scribbly birds that I stamped. But what makes this birdie special to go in this journal is that I painted it with coffee. There's a little bit of white you see in here that I used I think I just used a Jelly Roll pen in that, but the rest of that is coffee. So it's completely a coffee bird. So it's going to go right there, and I think I'll think I'll just use some of the tacky glue again for that. And I like the way this coffee ring kind of puts a little halo behind him. It's kind of cute. So I love that. And I don't know if I'll put anything more on this or not. This is just, you know, beginnings, and then I'm sure I'll come back and add little bits and pieces of all kinds of things as I go along, but just getting down some of the things that I definitely want to have in this book. Okay, over here, I've got a little to-do list sheet, and I've torn it. It was a long list, you know, and I tore it, and I'm just going to attach it right in here, and then I'm going to write some things on the to-do list. I think I want to add a little piece of washi tape. This is very colorful over here on this side. So I'm going to add a bit of washi at the top there with this colorful tape. Oh yeah, cute. Okay. Just get a little glue on it. Make sure it stays put. That's very cute. I may add another little piece down here too. We'll see in a minute. First I want to write on my list. Love it. I'm going to go ahead and check it off because I keep plenty of coffee on hand. So I've already bought a coffee. But I love that. I think that's really funny. A funny way and a fun way to use a to-do list just to make it enjoyable. And I am going to put a little piece of this, I think, down at the bottom. So let me put some glue on it. There we go. That's funny. Okay. All right, next one. I took a picture inside my car on the dash. What happened was my car knew I had gone out of my lane slightly, and evidently I did it a couple of times, and so when that happens, it gives me a driver alert, a warning, and tells me I need to rest. And it puts a little coffee cup up there. And so I decided I had to take a picture of that and put it in my coffee journal. And then I typed out on the typewriter what I want to put in, and it says, "Even my car knows when I need coffee." And I love that. I used a piece of my coffee stained paper to type this on. So, I love having that paper on hand. Okay, I think that's good. So cute. All right. I'll probably come back around later and outline it, but for now I'm just going to stick it down. Okay. Maybe I want to put it here. No, I think I like it better down there. Okay. That's funny. Okay. Now on this side, I have another little tag that I made. It's a coffee stain, actually from a stencil. I believe that's a Tim Holtz stencil. And I used some of my ink with the brush, and then I added some washi tape that I had stuck to paper first so that it wouldn't be see-through, and I did the same thing with this little one. But I really like that a lot, and this is a little word from a sticker sheet that has no more sticky on it. It's so old, so it's going to get a little bit of glue on the back. I've already edged it with a marker to darken the edge, so it'll pop right up on the tag. Okay, I'm just going to put that right down here. I've got a little piece of seam binding that I stained years ago. I was using some dilution sprays, I believe, in water, and just crumpling it up as I dried it, and so it stays, you know, all crinkled. Okay. I'll probably trim it just a little bit, but I'm going to attach it right here. And I did add, off camera, I added the this lace. And I wanted to tell you what I did. Because this was a bag and it's very flimsy, I knew that lace was going to be heavy there. So what I did was I took a piece of craft colored cardstock and just cut it and folded it. And I just glued it to the edge of the bag. And that way it's nice and sturdy now. And the weight of the lace and all doesn't cause any problems. So that was a good thing. I think it worked out pretty good. And I'm going to just attach this one here. Okay, now the next one is this one. I put down a Starbucks gift card packaging, and I just glued it on the on three sides so that, and I punched this out so that it could be a pocket on the edge of the page. So, you know, anything can go up in there and, you know, be sticking in there, little tags or little journaling cards or whatever. And I thought I might add a little bit of some washi tape, just a little bit across the top, because I think that's it's just a neat little pattern, and the color blends real nicely for that. So I'm going to put it at the top, and I might just go, let's see, I'll probably just go all the way to the edge, because this is a thin page as well, and it's, you know, kind of wanting to tear a little bit, so I just want to make sure that it gets a little bit of stability up there. And then I've got a little tag. This was another, I believe it was a Pinterest, a free printable. It's a little set of tags. There's several of them. And I liked this one for this page, and I attached it's a little doily die that I had cut out of a Panera bag. Speaking of Panera earlier. And I just added a little button at the top, and I'm just going to place that here. I think that makes a sweet little addition to the page. I think I'll leave that loose for now. If it becomes a problem, I'll glue it down later. But you can see there's a little bit of a pattern on that bag, a little yellow pattern. It's kind of cute. But I think that adds a lot to that little page, and still see the cup and everything behind there. And then the pocket is kind of nice having the little pocket there. All right. And I think on this side, I'm going to put another tag, little journaling type card I made, but I'm going to use it probably just for decoration. I may put it just at the top so that I can flip it up, possibly. But it says Sip Sip Hooray. And it's just a piece of scrapbook paper and letter stickers that I stuck on and outlined a little, and then just put some little bits of washi and doodled around the edge. And I think it makes a fun little piece. I'll just put a little piece of that across there, and I might just be able to flip that. Maybe I'll put a little writing journaling block, or lined paper or something there, so that I can write little notes if I choose to, or I'll put another, put a photograph or something like that there. Okay, so that's going to go right about here. And then I'll put a little piece on the inside too, just for a little extra protection. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and stick a little piece of brown paper underneath that, just so that it's already there and in place. And if I want to write or draw or whatever, I'll have a nice solid spot to do that in. Make sure it's covered up. Yep. Love that. Okay, now on this side, I have a Starbucks gift card, and I went ahead and attached this off camera as well because it needed to have time to dry. I used some E6000, and I just glued one short side and the long side at the bottom, and just made a little tuck spot right there. And I have a little bag from Starbucks that I got a piece of pumpkin loaf cake. I like that the sticker is still on this bag. So there we go, pumpkin loaf cake. And I just want to tuck that right here. And I can still use this to jot some notes and some memories and things like that on too. But I just love having that little bag tucked in there. So I'm going to take another washi tape to put along the top. This is that same edge. So I just want to, give it some, be sure that it has some extra reinforcement. Okay, how fun. This is so enjoyable, you guys. I hope you're making one too. And throw in all your little memories and things in it, because it's too fun. Okay, so while we're on the Starbucks pages here, I had also taken a photograph of a visit to a Starbucks that I had made when I was shopping one day, and I was hungry, and this time I got the pound cake loaf. And I was just glad that I thought to snap a picture of it, because it's always such a nice little place to stop and get, you know, snack and refreshment and all whenever you're out and about shopping, for sure. This is also off of a bag. I'm gonna attach that at the top of this little picture. It just makes me think of a little piece of washi tape. So it's going to go to the top of the page. And this one edge is kind of ragged. I think I'll see if I can tear the other edge off a little bit ragged with the ruler, maybe. Hopefully I can get it torn. Nope, it's wanting to slide right out. Let's flip the ruler over and see if that works better. Because it's, there we go. Now I've got a torn edge on that side. Perfect. Okay. I love that. Very cute. All right, and I think because of this, this is not really blue. This is just the way the light was coming in from the windows that were facing me there. And it's just the way that it was colored from the natural light. So because there's blue there, I've got a little bit of blue washi tape. I thought I might add a little piece of that over here to kind of help carry it, carry the blue color over to this other side too. Because see, that's just a really cool, I think it's going to really help. So I'm going to move my little bag for a second. I think I'm going to just put a little piece of this here. Just an additional little piece. And that just helps tie those two together really well. Okay, and then I'll probably use some of that same washi over here. I think I'm going to glue something to the back of this because it is so see-through. I like that a lot better. That looks much better. And I like it at the angle too. Kind of angling it like that. There we go. How fun! These little things that bring you joy, guys. Little things. All right, and then I have one more photograph to add, and I'm going to do that on this page. I had a picture that I took of a cup of coffee. I don't know, it's been a while, several years ago. And so I printed it out, and then I backed it with a piece of cardstock, scrapbooking cardstock. And just to kind of tie in with the teal colors that are on these pages. It was really bright, and I dulled it down a little bit on the edges with some distress ink. I think it was a Vintage Photo that I used, just to make it more muted and not quite so bright, because this stuff was, you know, muted on this fabric, and I just thought that would be a cute little spot for a little photo. And before I add it, I'm going to put some washi tape here. I've got another brown colored one that's got some white florals on it. So I thought that would be kind of cute to put across here. This one feels pretty sticky, but you never know, so a little glue stick doesn't hurt a thing. Okay. Let's see. Put that there. Okay, and then we'll have the photo here, and that kind of helps to finish off that top edge there of the page. I might put a little piece of it here too, just 'cause. Let's see. Yep. There we go. That's fun. Okay, so I think that's all. Oops, I forgot to add my photo. Getting a little ahead of myself. Okay. All right, so I think that finishes up all the things I was going to add today, but wow, it's really filling up, and I'm really excited about that. I still, of course, have things to add, but I'm really excited about the things that I have added and that are making me happy, bringing me a lot of joy. I hope you guys are having as much fun with your coffee journals as I'm having with mine, because I can tell you right now I'm having a blast. It's just too fun. I did want to let you guys know that a lot of you were asking about the coffee embellishment kit that I had put in my Etsy store, and those did sell out, but I have created another one, so I have another little package that I'll be listing in my Etsy store. You can check that out and see all of the goodies that it's got in it. And I did include an envelope in this one so that you can make a book if you don't have an envelope this size. So there's an envelope in there, and lots of little, embellishments like these things that I'm using. Also in that kit is these tags that I've made. This one, there's one of these. Now they're not original tags, but they're copies of these tags that I printed out on cardstock for you. So there's this one, and there's this one, and this one, and one I haven't put in yet, which is this one. So all of these, there'll be prints of all of these that you can cut out. They're just printed on the cardstock, and I cut them into like rectangle pieces, and you can just trim them out very easily and attach them in your journals. Thank you for being with me today, guys, and for spending this time with me as I add things into my little coffee journal. As I said, I'm having so much fun, so I appreciate you being here with me, and I hope you find some inspiration in these videos. So until the next time, we will see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.